The Oath of the Faithful Servant. Long ago, in the land of Canaan, there lived a man named Abraham, a man of unwavering faith and wisdom. His days were filled with tending flocks, caring for his household, and listening to the whisper of God in the quiet moments of dawn and dusk. Abraham had grown old, and his hair had turned silver like the first frost upon the hills. Yet, despite his years, his heart held a single burning desire, to see his son Isaac, the beloved son of promise, joined in marriage to a woman from his own people. One twilight, Abraham summoned his most trusted servant, the one who had faithfully walked by his side through deserts and towns. Through trials and blessings alike. The servant's eyes, filled with loyalty, met Abraham's, knowing that a great mission awaited him. "Swear to me," Abraham said, his voice soft but firm, "by the Lord, the God of heaven and earth, that you will not take a wife for my son from the daughters of Canaan. Go instead to my homeland, to my relatives, and find a bride for Isaac." The servant bowed deeply, the weight of his oath settling upon his shoulders like a cloak. "I will do as you command," he whispered, and so, with blessings spoken and prayers whispered, he prepared for a journey that would carry him across sun-scorched plains and whispering winds. The journey to Nahor. The servant mounted his camel at dawn, the air crisp and the horizon painted with streaks of rose and gold. He carried with him gifts of silver and gold, jewels gleaming like captured sunlight, and fine garments to honor the woman whom he would seek. But above all, he carried a heart full of prayer, asking God to guide his steps to the one destined for Isaac. The journey was long and quiet, broken only by the gentle creaking of the camel's saddle and the rhythmic crunch of sand underfoot. He arrived in the city of Nahor as the sun began to dip, casting a golden halo over the stone walls. The servant dismounted, bowed his head, and prayed with a heart as open as the sky. "Lord," he whispered, "please let it be that the woman who offers water to me and to my camels is the one you have chosen for Isaac." The well and the sign. As he spoke, a well appeared at the edge of the town, gleaming like a hidden jewel in the fading sunlight. Soon, women came to draw water. The servant watched silently, his heart pounding with anticipation. One young woman approached, her steps light as a gazelle. She carried her water jar with grace, and with a smile that shone like morning light, she offered him a drink, and not only to him, but also to his camels, bending with patient care to ensure every thirsty creature drank. The servant's heart leaped. This was no ordinary kindness. This was a sign, a shimmering confirmation from the heavens. He reached into his gifts and adorned her with rings and bracelets, the silver and gold reflecting her radiant presence. "Whose daughter are you?" he asked, his voice a mixture of awe and hope. "I am the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor," she replied. The servant bowed down, now certain in his heart that God had led him to the chosen bride for Isaac. Rejoicing in hospitality. As the woman, whose name was Rebekah, ran to tell her family about the stranger and his gifts, the household gathered, curious and intrigued. The servant recounted the entire journey, Abraham's command, his prayer at the well, the miraculous sign, and the treasures he had brought. Each word painted a vivid tapestry of faith, providence, and destiny. Her brother Laban and her mother listened in awe, recognizing the hand of God in every detail. They welcomed the servant with honor, offering food, rest, and refreshment, their hearts open to the unfolding story. After the evening meal, the servant made his request clear: "Let me not return to my master empty-handed. Allow me to take this woman for Isaac, as the Lord has guided me." The answer and the blessing. Laban and Bethuel gazed upon Rebekah, their hearts stirred. The young woman herself spoke with courage and humility, "I will go." And with that simple yet powerful consent, the covenant was sealed. The servant knelt, bowing to the ground in gratitude. He praised God for his unwavering guidance, for the signs that lit his path like lanterns in the night. Gifts were exchanged, blessings spoken, and the journey home prepared. Rebekah, with her heart full of faith and courage, mounted her camel and set forth, leaving her home behind but carrying its love in her spirit. The sun rose as they traveled, painting the desert sands with hues of hope and promise. A meeting of souls. When they arrived at Abraham's household, Isaac was walking in the fields, lost in thought beneath the vast expanse of the sky. As Rebekah stepped from her camel, her veil fluttering like a whisper of destiny, Isaac saw her. The moment was silent yet profound, a meeting orchestrated by divine hands. He took her into his mother's tent, and the story of God's providence was told anew. In her presence, Isaac found joy and comfort, and Rebekah found her place in the unfolding tapestry of God's promise. She became his wife, a partner chosen by faith, courage, and divine orchestration. Lessons from Genesis 24. Genesis 24 is a story of faith, guidance, and providence. It teaches that true devotion to God requires trust, patience, and careful discernment. Abraham's servant models faithful obedience, relying not solely on his own insight but on prayer and attentiveness to divine signs. Rebekah embodies kindness, humility, and readiness to embrace destiny. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of discernment and moral integrity in relationships. The careful search for a wife for Isaac, rather than settling impulsively, demonstrates wisdom and respect for God's plan. Ultimately, the story shows that God's providence is active and personal. It reminds us that patience, prayer, and attentiveness to signs can guide us toward the right path, and that choices made with faith can lead to fulfillment and blessing. Like a finely woven tapestry, every act of faith and every moment of obedience contributes to a larger, beautiful design orchestrated by the divine.